Welcome to the SkyWalker channel again, people. Today I want to talk about the man who wants to cool Jamaica's game. This British man say him a Jamaican, call him black wife the Maid, then I pretend like him a Marcus Garvey. Like him a fight for black people, but a him one the sabotage with. Me done, me done. If you can't tell the difference between the woman you married and the maid, how you plan to tell the difference between monarchy and republic? Me confused, I'm tired too. Because this bulletin are not just about politics, it's about identity, sabotage, and the comedy we call constitutional reform today. I don't know where the comrades get this gridlocking British man from. People, how him come in? How him come in? Yes, much of this has been alleged, but too much of it is by his own words and action. So imagine that. In other words, there is enough obvious truth in here to justify the whole narrative, whether things that people allege are things that you see him do. There is enough obvious truth, proven truth on social media that can justify the whole narrative right here. Let's start with the consultant, the man, the same man that PNP 6 for 9 leaders hired to help Jamaica leave the monarchy. The man who claimed Jamaican identity because him want to be British. Yeah? Or him can't be otherwise. This is not a paradox, people, it's a contradiction. The man claimed Jamaican identity because him want to be British. Mark Golding is a walking contradiction. He is the man who married a black Jamaican woman, although by force, as we all heard, allegedly, and then call her the maid. Married a black Jamaican woman and then call her the maid. I know me say so. A Karen and him wanna come read them say so. Yeah? Me say boss, your identity can be built on visa drama and marital mix up. No, no identity no go so. You know, build up your identity for marital mix up and visa drama. That's not nationalism, that's confusion. PNP say they want to leave the monarchy. Them say same thing like how we know them want to leave the monarchy. Them say them want full independence, but instead of building a Jamaican led reform team, right? Instead of building a Jamaican led reform team, them hire a British man to guide the process, which is a struggle against the British. Eh? Them hire a British man to go lead this struggle against the British. That's like buying cow food to make chicken food soup because you don't eat nothing was a moon. You still end up with it in a the pot, brethren. Still end up with it in a the pot. It a mix up. Eh? You can't avoid colonial flavor by using colonial ingredients. It works. The consultant come with British passport, British legacy, and British logic. Let him claim Jamaican identity because him had to apply for a visa to enter Britain with him British passport. You hear what me just say? He had to apply for a British passport to enter Britain with him British passport. But we not talk about markage, you know, lie. Hello, if you need visa to go home, maybe you're not from there. The only thing you just prove is that this British man is the author of the book of He Lies. The man does lie. He really, really lies. Then the man double down. Him say his ancestors were slaves, but history show that his family benefited from slave compensation. The British government paid slave owners, not slaves, A Marcus he get paid. I know him a look he reparation now. Him a the one who get paid already. So unless him ancestors were both enslaved and compensated, me have to ask, which side of the whip you really come from? Which side of the whip you come from? Ma Golding a try tell we say both. That him a try tell we no. He come from both side. Hmm? People, we don't know see that. We don't know see that yet. We don't really no see what they going. We don't fight identity though. We fight contradiction. You know see it and me expose the thing for you know see. You know, yeah, maybe we will talk and we will talk a while we talk we might even put all a one and two laugh in it. But at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, you can see the thing for what it really is. You know, say, let me tell you something, man. If you eat from the plantation table, don't come tell me you build the kitchen. Don't tell me say you build the kitchen. Are you they eat from the plantation table? If you inherit slave master benefits, don't come claim say no come claim say you have slave charmer when it convenient for you. Talking about no damn tragedy in a middle passage. Which middle passage that? And next thing too, me have a bone to pick at you, Marky. From the time you spile up blood clot, me no hear nobody use it again. Them have to wait till it breathes out back. What kind of something that, Bridget? Okay, that's when you're trying to claim something that's not yours. You know, see, that's why the word end up in a hospital now. Now we reach constitutional reform, and that's how we reach now. TM Holness offer a meeting with Justice Minister Delroy Chuck to restart talks. Mark Golding say no, him want hold this directly. For what? For what? If you can't reason with Chuck, how you plan to reason with the constitution? If you can't reason, Virgin, you can't reason. Simple as that. Golding moving like he want lead role in a Netflix drama. Some kind of audition thing. And about lead role in one. Not reform in a sovereign nation. I know that him a deal with. I know reform him a look. A Netflix drama acting position in one. Him flip flop more than slippers in a coronation market. First in support bipartisan reform, then him backpedal when JLP gain momentum. Me say one party a build, the other a bigger, and that always a go on. You see, since the Virgin a come in, one party a build, the other bigger. You have the bickering party and you have the building party. And while Golding, while him a stall, the consultant are confused. Golding a stall and the consultant are confused. Can remember say him a always more than one somebody. Him insert delay, claim neutrality, and act like him writing Jamaica's freedom with invisible ink. Eh? You can't guide emancipation if you're still living in colonial logic. And that we did a run from, remember, the colony. That's why we never want no British man over here. Let's start comedy. Because politics in Jamaica is not just drama. It's stand up with a straight face. Eh? Like when you have to listen to Marky doing 28 bank account, lie. Consultant say him a Jamaican because Britain treat him foreign. Me say, boss, by that logic, mosquito bite make me a mosquito too then. Eh? You marry the black woman, call her the maid, then say you love Jamaicans. You say, boss, you love confusion. Me get mosquito bite in a Clarendon. Does that make me a mosquito? Me say if your identity come from visa drama and marital mix up, maybe you need bush tea, not passport. Go get some bush tea. Might help. Mean I you know this up me name while basil, get some and sniff some eye powder. Make you go in your nose and make you sniff. It go burn your eye too. That kind of get rid of madness, you know. That kind of get rid of madness. That's what, at least that's how people from Ghana say. Me nah roast for fun. Me nah roast for fun. Me roast for correction. Because when the comedy get too loud, it mean the breach get too deep. You hear that? When the comedy get too loud, it mean the breach get too deep, it too deep. Me give wholeness in flowers, you know. Minimum wage raise, school bus program, beach restoration. Me still can buy oxtail, but at least me can afford the rice now. Hmm? Although me I say that I may not even eat oxtail, you know, but me just a give a little example pa what I go on. You know, see it. There are certain things beyond the the purview of government, like the price of oxtail. But at the same time, what the government do otherwise, we are government job for do. We have to give Andrew Holness credit for that. This bulletin not just political, you know, it's spiritual because when leaders enforce foreign systems without ritual validation, them invite ancestral backlash. The consultant can guide us to republic if he can recognize the black woman in a female owner house. The same woman him married, but him a mix her up with the maid. Why? Because she look like him. Huh? Why you think she a mix him up with the maid? Eh? Why you think him a mix her up with the maid? Because him there have to be one away. Eh? Because he really, really, really knows him a one away. Me say, if you can't recognize the woman you sleep beside, how you plan to recognize the nation you hired to reform? You can't even identify your own legacy, which you sabotage our own to protect as we speak. Both you go rescue ours from the bondage that yours have we under. And when you start to act like Marcus, Marley, and Rasta all in a one. Both I man. I recognize you. You remind me of a lying tongue, ready eye buckamaster man. Marcus was a clarifier, not a confuser. Marcus built movement, not marital mix-up. Marcus knew the difference between liberation and legacy. Me say you can't wear Marcus' name while you're still living in a buckamaster house. Me nah entertain, me a correct. And if correction sound like rose, maybe the system need fire. SkyWalker not pick side. SkyWalker pick truth. And this consultant, him need a serious bath, a history book, and a mirror. Fi look pan. See him wanna lie at self and say brrr, 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 till him cast out that lying tongue demon out of him. This was a SkyWalker no nonsense commentary. Thanks for watching.